Welcome back to Slothbox. This channel is proudly sponsored by Lionpool Security Services and the Excelsior Sporting Club.
I'm Lyndon Dixon. Today I'm joined by one of my favourite guests on the channel, Lauren Parker. Lauren, how are you getting on, mate?
Oh, I love that. Favourite guest, eh?
You are. You're right up there.
Gosh, good.
Yeah.
I'm good, and pleased to be on. I know you've wanted me to come on for a little bit of time now, but you know I've been a bit busy with fight prep and stuff like that, and sometimes it's not always easy to schedule things in. But we made it happen, and we're here, and I'm all good.
Exactly, mate. You mentioned the fight prep. Well, you've got some huge news. I'll let you sell it, mate. Tell me what's going on in September.
So yeah, big fight for me. European title at York Hall, 23rd of September. So it's just another step up. You know, the last fight I had was actually, I think, well, when I actually fight, it's going to be close to 11 months ago. Now, I did previously speak about having an injury before, and that forced me to have time out, which, you know what, these things happen, it is what it is, but I'm a fine believer that things happen for reasons. And, you know, first fight back after probably, 6 months out that I took out, maybe more than that, we're straight back in with a European title. And you know what, I'm grabbing the opportunity with both hands. It's important to do that. You know, I live and breathe this sport, and I want to be, you know, grabbing those opportunities if they arise, because that's what's going to make me go forward. And that's what I'm all for, you know, trying to better myself and be the best that I can be and achieve as much as I can in the sport. So I'm very pleased after timeouts to get this opportunity. So yeah, very exciting. It'll be good.
Exactly. You mentioned that it's another title, it's a European title. It's if anyone wants to go and look at your box rec, it seems like you're just taking step after step, and you're not slowing down. And that's what I'm here for. Someone that's making the progress that you are. But how does it feel to be fighting for the European title?
To be honest, it's pretty mad, you know. I feel like my career has kind of been a bit stop-start. I mean, we all have to go through it. The COVID time, I don't even like talking about it no more, but the COVID period, and then obviously an injury. So I feel like I would be further down the line if it wasn't for those things. But again, things happen for reasons, and they push me into the directions that I need to be in. And, you know, women in sport, we move quicker. Fortunately, unfortunately for the men, but we do move quicker than them, and opportunities do arise. So every time that they've risen, I'm grabbing them. You know, I'm not super young anymore. I'm 32 years of age, and I think, you know, it's really important that I do take those opportunities. And to be fair, like, I'm training solid, you know, I'm grafting day in, day out. I literally live and breathe the sport. And I just think, you know, when you train that hard, it's nice to have big things to go for, and when you do achieve them, you know, it feels good. So yeah, I'm super happy. So my last fight was for the IBO championship, wasn't it? That was a great fight. And then obviously I think the last time we had a conversation, I said, well, you said to me, what's your next step? And I said, right, I think probably a Commonwealth title or a European, and that's exactly what's happened. So, you know, predicting the future, let's go grab that European title and move on to bigger and better things. So yeah, it's all going in the right direction, and I'm pleased. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Exactly. Well, you're fighting at York Hall, and two things. I was looking at the card at York Hall. I mean, you're on there, fight for your European title. There's something like 4 or 5 other title fights on there. Mate, what a night of boxing that's going to be. So I've got to ask, first, how does it feel to be fighting at the home of British boxing, York Hall? And secondly, on a card like that, it's massive. For boxing purists, it's a huge card.
Do you know what? It's massive. Everyone that I spoke to was like, wow, you know, that is worthy of television. Unfortunately, we don't have the television this time around, which is such a shame, because, you know, I don't know if anybody knows, but I was signed to Unified Promotion, which is a female promoter, Susanna Schofield. Unfortunately, that no longer exists. But when I was fighting last time, I was on the BBC, and which was a great platform to push the boxing and the women in the sport. Unfortunately, that's not happening now, but you know, it's kind of one of those things where the bill is that good, it's so worthy of television, but unfortunately, it's just not going to be. But we just take the whole event and look at it for what it is. It's a great night of boxing. You're right in saying there's 4 or 5 you know, championship bouts on there, which is good to be a part of. So it's going to be a really busy, lively atmosphere. And also it's extra special for me because, you know, everybody wishes, or I think it's one of their goals to box at York Hall. I've never boxed at York Hall. I've had the opportunity in the past, but it never happened. So to be able to get this opportunity at York Hall is amazing, if I'm totally honest. And I've done really, really well with my ticket sales. I'm absolutely blown away by the support that I've got. To be honest, I actually can't quite believe it compared to what I've asked. Everybody knows how hard it is to sell tickets. So I think it's going to be pretty electric. And for the type of fight that it is, it's great that I do have that back in. So yeah, I'm just buzzing for it, really. It's not even that long. I think it's like 4 weeks now, 4 weeks tomorrow. Yeah. It's gone quick. I was saying to my brother yesterday, like, what is it about these weeks? They're just flying. And I think as when you're in a fight camp, it goes even quicker. So it's not going to be long, and we're going to be literally walking out ready to go. So yeah, I'm trying to soak it all up. Training's tough as it should be. You know, my body's being put through it to really grow and adapt the best version of me, and that is happening. So yeah, I'm going to be ready come fight night, and you know, the crowd's going to be there backing me. It's going to be very, very special, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good.
Well, talk to me a little bit about your opponent. I was having a look at her earlier. 7-1, 1 draw. She seems pretty game, and it's a step up. It's a step up for her as well. So, how are you feeling about your opponent going into the fight?
Yeah, I mean, she's got exactly the same record as me, which is funny. I've had a look at her online. I think there's only one video, and to be honest, she's game. She looks like she's coming for a war, if I'm totally honest with you. And you know, I've got my work cut out, but I stand by what I do in my training and how I am as a person. And you know, no matter what she brings, she's in for a tough night. That is for sure, fact. Yeah, I'm expecting a tough, high-paced fight. One that I'm going to be ready for. I'm going to be fit enough for it. And yeah, I think her only loss is against Stephanie Silva. I think I'm correct. And having a look at her box rec, she's currently sitting #1 in the world and #1 in Italy. So if you're looking at that, that just goes to show, you know, how, you know, even durable my opponent is, or she puts up a good fight, because that Stephanie's now sitting #1. So, you know, you got to take that seriously. She's not going to be no walkover, and I know that, and I'm prepared for a tough night. But, you know, that's what we train for. That's what I graft for all the time. And I think I'm ready for that step up as well. You know, we're getting to that point where each fight's going to be tougher and tougher, and you know, that's kind of what you want. Come out victorious, and the victory is even sweeter, knowing that it wasn't an easy night, because you know, you see it all too often. Lots of people just getting, you know, walkover fights, and down the line, that's when you get found out, because it's like, oh shit, weren't expecting that, or you know, you realize how lucky you've been in the early stages of your career. And it's only until later down the line that you think, oh shit, okay, this is a proper step up. So, you know, having looked at what I've done, you know, I think I've worked it very well. You know, the caliber of opponent has been good along the way, and I think it's prepped me well for what's to come September 23rd. So, yeah, bring it. It's gonna be exciting. I think it probably could, well, potentially go down as one of the best fights of the night. And yeah, it's gonna be good.
Well, normally at this point I'd ask what's next, but I did an interview with Emma Dolan, I think 2 weeks ago, and she spoke about yourself, and she said, providing she comes through her fight for the Commonwealth title and you come through yours for the European, she'd love to get it on. Is that a fight you'd be interested in?
Yeah. I mean, I'm really not bothered who I face, but the only thing I will say is get that European title. Depends what opportunity comes up, you know. If that makes sense, and I speak to my team, it's like, yep, that's what we're going for. 100% I'm there, no backing down. However, you know, I was speaking to Ticey Gallagher the other day, and she was scheduled to box for the European title, and then within a week or whatever it was, she got a phone call, oh, do you want to go for a world title? So I don't know, I might get the option to box for a world title next, and you know what, I'm in my career where I'm not going to say no to that. You know, I'm going to be going for whatever comes my way. So yeah, if that opportunity arises and we end up facing, happy days. But equally, if that doesn't make sense and there's something better for me, well then unfortunately I'm going to be doing what's right for me.
Exactly.
So
That makes sense. But it brings me on to my next question. We're at the stage of your career where we're talking about world titles, different titles. I just want to talk to you a bit about ambition, because when you're sat there with your grandkids and they ask you what was it like, what did you do, what do you hope to be able to tell them? What do you want out of this sport when you're finished?
I just want to be, do you know what? Growing up, there was a lot that I suffered with, like, I don't know, on the outside you wouldn't probably necessarily notice, but I was quite a shy child. I was quite anxious. I used to give a lot of things up. So I think this sport has taught me to, you know, stick at whatever you love. If you think you're good at something, stick at it, because hard work really does pay off. And, you know, I really want to, I'm doing this for me and to achieve the best that I can achieve. But also I'd love to be able to sit there in front of my kids and my grandkids and say, listen, you know, if you really believe that you're good at something and you know, you show a talent in something, then it's important that you see that through, because I do genuinely believe that hard work pays off. I'm a fine believer of it if you put that hard work in. So yeah, I just think that I just want to achieve as much as I can to, I don't know, inspire the next generation, inspire my grandkids, my nieces, my nephews, you know. You know, I don't have a nephew at the minute, but that might be the case. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to inspire, you know, and be that person that proves that it pays off if you work for it, really. So really where I'm at with that one.
Yeah. Is that what motivates you? You know, the legacy and the power to, when you reach those heights, to inspire that next generation. Is that what motivates you?
Yeah, 100%. It motivates me, but I don't know, right? Yeah, I do want to motivate other people. That's what we do this for. But I think I want to make that young girl that I once was proud, because I do feel like I've come so far in my boxing journey, and just in general in life. I think I've come a long way, and I want to be able to prove to myself as well that this was all worth it. I think that's a big thing. And then off of the back of that, then I can inspire other people. So I think it's important after me, and to make sure that I'm doing this for me, and because it's the love, you know, the love that I have for it, and that I'm doing everything because I want to do it. Because if you're just doing it for somebody else, it's, I don't know, it's not always the best mindset. I think you do have to do it for you. But then having achieved it, that's when I'm going to push on. So maybe later on down the line, that's when I'm going to use my story to be like, listen, if I can do it, you can do it. And 100%. Nothing's impossible, really, if you really go for it. You know, so I think that sort of thing will come later down the line. But I think right now I'm so invested in me and making me proud and what I've done. Like, I don't know if I said to you before in an interview, like, honest to God, sitting on an interview and talking to you like this, where I know that those other people are probably going to tune in and listen. Absolute, oh my God, it would make me melt. I would be so nervous about it and so anxious. Oh my God, what do other people think of me? And the fact that I've turned such a corner with that, you know, is massive for me. And another side of things, because it's not just about the boxing, there's so much more that comes to boxing these days. You know, it's not just about fighting and getting in the ropes. There's so much behind the scenes. And I think you need to be able to do it all. And if you can't, then you're going to struggle. So I just think the fact that I've come so far is another point that I can push on to the younger generation and be like, listen, you've got to believe in yourself, and you've got to chuck yourself in the deep end. And so what if you mess up one time? Who cares? Who cares what other people think? Just focus on you and trying to be the best person that you can be. And I think that I'm a good example of that. So yeah, that's another thing that I'd like to push on to the young generation, because it might not all be about boxing. Just because I box, it might inspire someone and my mindset and the way that I work, but they can put it into something else. Like they want to become a lawyer, or I don't know, they want to be something else. It doesn't have to be sport. It can be anything in life. So yeah, I just think the way that I come across and the things that I achieve, whether it be inside the ring, outside the ring, I'd love to influence the next generation. That'd be great.
Well, moving on from yourself a little bit, there's been some big news in women's boxing, I think, just the past few days. Savannah Marshall signed with the PFL, Professional Fight League, meaning she'll be making her MMA debut once she's got over a hand injury she's got. What do you make of that? Because obviously Clarissa Shields has signed as well, so we'll probably see a rematch there. But what do you make of that, the crossover?
Do you know what? I don't think nothing surprises me in this sport anymore. Like, honestly, like the things that you see and what's going on, or the influencer boxing and all of that is quite crazy. So, do you know what? It doesn't surprise me that she's done it. I was quite. Doesn't surprise me, but I was shocked that it was Savannah that was doing it. I think.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't know why it shocks me, but I just kind of feel like she's probably better sticking to boxing. But it makes it interesting, doesn't it? And that's what makes it, oh, I'm going to tune in and watch that. And I think, yeah, it's just another way of maybe getting that rivalry sparking again between Clarissa and Savannah. And it's going to make for good viewing. So, yeah, it's an interesting one, and one that I probably didn't expect. I mean, I opened the Instagram post and was like, oh, okay, that's how we're rolling. Fine. But yeah, I'm intrigued. And, you know, MMA, mixed martial arts, yeah. So she's going to have the boxing side of things. I'd be interested to see how her training goes and how she performs with everything else that comes with MMA. So I think fair play. It's not something that I would probably want to do, if I'm totally honest. Don't really fancy knees close to my face. I've always said that. I've done a bit of like Muay Thai training and things like that, but MMA, it's not really something that I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. But yeah, if people want to give it a go, I will probably tune in. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it was different. That's what I'm gonna say. It surprises me. People do strange things and divert different ways, and I just think fair play. If you're prepared to do it, yeah, good for you.
Well, last question, as usual, mate. It has been an absolute pleasure, but you've got a massive fight coming up in, like you said, it's about a month tomorrow, I think. Where do you see yourself come the end of the year? You got a huge fight. Fingers crossed you get the win. But where do you see yourself come Christmas time? What have you done?
Do you know what? I don't think I'll probably fight after this fight. I can just see that I'll get this fight done, and then it's probably going to be, if anything comes up, early next year. So I see myself laying back, enjoying Christmas, European belt wrapped around the way. Happy days. No, I don't know. Listen, soon as the fights are done, I'm straight back into training anyway. So I'll be ticking over for whatever's next. Again, there are talks that I would have with my manager, with my team to see what's best, and you know, get this European title. It's going to give me a good world ranking, and who knows what opportunities come next. World title would be good, but if another fight comes in, then equally I'm going to do what's right for my journey. So we'll see, but I don't think I'll be fighting anymore this year after this one. If I do, then I just, the way things roll, I can't really see it, if I'm honest. But yeah, early next year would be great, and hopefully world titles on the horizon soon. Maybe middle of the year next year, or toward the back end, depending. So, but the future looks bright. That's all I'm going to say.
It does. It does. Well, like I said, it's been a pleasure. I've been Lyndon Dixon. She's been Lauren Parker, and we will see you on the next one.
Also, before you go, can I give a shout out to my sponsors? Because
of course you can.
This fight has been crazy behind the scenes. The logistics of this fight, a lot of people wouldn't believe the amount of money that I've had to raise to actually make this happen. And most people would probably not even go ahead with it, or wouldn't be able to do it, because I've literally had to self-fund it myself.
Yeah.
With the help of sponsors. Now I've got a massive list, so I'm just going to quick off nice and quickly. And I just want to say a massive thank you to all my sponsors, because without you, this legitimately would not be happening. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and yeah, I'm glad and proud to have you as part of Team Parker. So first of all, New Era Fuels, big fuel company, spot on, they're great. We've got Ebony Bridges, my good friend, everybody knows who he is. If you don't, well then get to know. JC Parker, we've got CEC Electrical, Look Logos of Stevenage, Raw Sport, First Choice Scaffolding, Sharon Gregson Massage, Wentworth Kitchens, Future Financial Solutions, GMS Security, Reflection Beauty and Aesthetics, Jack Whitlock, Kelly Woodhams, Mitchell Parker, he does my ring walk music, spot on, MJM Research and Development, Miss Greenfingers Cafe in Letchworth, First Folding Sliding Doors, and then I've got some individual people who have made some donations, which I am extremely grateful for, and that is Dean Bacon, the Hales family, Dave and Sarah Wheatley, and Daniel Bork.
Well,
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Seriously.
like you said, you're all legends. You're making it happen. A massive fight coming up in a month, and I can't wait to see it. But thanks to those people.
Yeah, good to speak to you as well. So yeah, catch up
But yeah,
soon.
definitely. Take it easy, and we'll see you in a bit.
See you later. Bye bye.